Right. All right, we're rolling. All right, welcome to Hardheaeded Productions Podcast, episode 11. We have
Brandon
and
Ellis.
And once again, I'm John. We got all three of us back today. And how's everybody been, man?
Good.
Good, yeah.
Good. Just working and, back in Chino.
Yeah.
So.
In Chino, that's right. Chino.
Yeah. I was in Pomona this whole week, so it was pretty cool.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Paying the consequences right now, but it's okay.
Yeah, it's 3 o'clock on Monday right now, and you're fully got them lokes on. And,
Yeah. Gotta be in
right.
my zone. Gotta focus.
Well, maybe it was the couple of drinks you had for lunch this afternoon, too.
Yeah. Only.
Hair of the dog, huh?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Liquid lunch. I like it.
Yeah, I didn't see you eat. Did you go eat with your friend or not afterwards?
Nope. I had one beer, then went home.
Well, you had one beer and one Jack and Coke.
Yeah, and then I had one more beer, and then I got.
Oh, you had one. I was going to buy you one, and then
I
you
know.
left. What the fuck, dude? Come on.
Good.
All right, whatever.
You turned down for alcohol? What's wrong with you?
I know.
I'll have to talk to you later on.
It's how he was feeling, man. I think that's all it was. So, yeah, Ellis, you weren't here last week. So, did you get a chance to listen? We posted today. So.
I enjoyed it.
All right. Yeah.
Cool.
We talked about some stuff, and then today we'll talk about some more stuff.
Very good.
So we have, I don't know. Brendan, you mentioned that. We just saw that video. They just showed it on Tunes about that guy in that Delta flight.
Yes.
Or United flight.
United
you
Airlines.
mentioned that earlier today,
Yeah.
and I just saw it.
So,
that's crazy, dude.
Yeah, I mean, you shouldn't overbook flights. You need to get that crap together, And the way he was dragged out, that's not cool. He was bleeding and everything, and he was a doctor too. Said, "I need to be on this flight."
Yeah,
for my patients.
he was, but I guess the story said that they overbooked the flight. United overbooks the flight, and everybody overbooks the flight. And what they do is when they overbook it, how it gets overbooked is they needed the spot for a United employee to get to another airport, so then they could get on a plane and then work going somewhere else, whether it was a pilot or co-pilot or steward, whatever you want to call them, flight attendant, I guess. So, because they all fly for free and stuff like that too. So, and then this guy, I guess the computer, they asked people to give up their seat, and they were offering, what was it, $800?
Yeah.
And it would be $800 voucher.
Vouchers, yep.
So, and I've done it. I've been booked from 2 different flights. I'll always raise my hand, man. Yeah, what are you going to give me?
Yeah.
I'll jump off this flight. I don't care. Unless I clearly have, somewhere I have to be. Like, it's a connecting flight or something. But if I'm just coming home, bump me. I'll gladly take the voucher and make a quick phone call and be like, all right, so-and-so's picking me up or whatever's picking me up from the airport. Yeah, it's not going to be till tomorrow now or 3 or 4 hours later. Mm-hmm. So a computer ran, because nobody took the voucher, they put everybody's seat numbers through like a computer and randomly picked this guy's seat. Yeah. And if they let everybody know that, now you're just in the lottery.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. You still got to be like, there's got to be some humanity there to where instead of bringing on the airport police and now we're going to forcibly remove you from this plane, and he's going to fight back and scream and kick and yell, and he gets cut, and then they drag him down the aisle
and
in
there's
front of
bleeding and everything.
and then there's everybody has cell phone video. Everybody, I mean, that's a traumatic experience for him. It's going to be, dude, that lawsuit's going to cost United a lot more than $800.
Yeah. And then one of the police guys got suspended, I guess.
Yeah.
And the guy's a doctor, so he's going to have a good lawyer.
Yeah.
He's going to put together the best defense. They're going to get screwed.
That's a quick negotiation. He's going to make $3.5 million.
Yeah, they'll settle out of court if they're smart.
Yeah, but that was crazy. They got to do something about that. That's I don't know. Just don't overbook your flights. How about that?
It's not that hard.
Mm-hmm. How about if you know you're going to have, how about just save 2 seats or 3 seats on every flight that these are going to be for employees, and put them in the crappy seats in the back somewhere and go from there. And I just don't understand this whole
just like hotels when they put rooms on change that they're not going to use. Do that with the seats.
Yep. It's not that hard to figure out. Scheduling and stuff like that. The computer technology today is smart enough to figure out this person's going here, this person's scheduled here, this person's scheduled here, and then just save a few seats on a flight and then book those last minute deal. If people want to wait last minute, either they get a last minute deal because they're waiting for standby, or they you book at a premium price, because if you pay more in advance, and then you just pay more in advance like that. So I don't know, we'll see. But
And then some tragedy news. San Bernardino had another school shooting.
This morning, yeah.
Yeah, but it's not,
murder suicide.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but there were 2 kids that were hit. There's 2 dead, which was murder suicide, and apparently one of the teachers and her, I'm assuming her, and it's what it sounded like. It was a female teacher, I think, and then her male friend. She apparently knew this guy,
right.
And he went through the office and went into her classroom or something like that, and saw her and shot and killed her. And then 2 kids also got shot, but they're
critical condition.
But it looks like they're going to live right now. And then that guy ended up killing himself. Yeah. But then why? Like the news reporter I heard today, she's like, why don't you just leave your domestic stuff at home? Like, don't bring that in. Like, this is affecting all these kids and all this stuff, and these parents are waiting in huge lines, and they're moving kids to, I think it was a high school right down the street, and then San Bernardino Community College or Cal State San Bernardino or something's down the street farther, and then picking kids up, and the trauma, and that's what a mess.
I've been through that as a parent. Luckily, nothing went wrong in the end, but it's stressful waiting, figuring out what's going on.
Yeah,
you want to go in there yourself and do something because you want to get hold of your kid.
Yeah, our high school went down a lockdown when I was in high school, and I didn't stay there. I left.
Yeah,
I find my way out.
I did too. Just hanged out.
Yeah, they're like, we're on lockdown. I'm like, all right, see you guys later. I'm gonna be fine on my own. I'm not one for staying in a room and waiting on other people.
We had a riot in school, and we were kind of the reason it was locked down, so I can't complain about that one. That's a different story.
Nice.
So the Raiders are definitely, looks like they're moving to
Vegas. Yeah.
And I pulled up this story today just for you, and it's a pretty interesting story. It's hookers happy Raiders in Vegas. NFL players get half off at new sex den.
Yeah.
So the owner of the Bunny Ranch, that Dennis Hoff, and that had that TV show on HBO and stuff, I guess he's opening a new place. It's closer to Vegas. It's probably in that same Pahrump area or something like that. Some of those others are in, and it's called the Pirate Booty Sports Brothel near Las Vegas. It will feature hookers classified as either wide receivers or tight ends. And he said already announced that his 2 Las Vegas area brothels will offer Raiders players and staff 50% discounts for sex parties. Yeah. And he's going to have a room named after, it's called the Pirates Booty, will have the magnificent Darrell Russell Hall of Dames, named after the late great Raiders defensive tackle.
Wow.
So there you go. You got, too bad they don't offer the discount to the fans, but hey.
Just win, baby.
Why not? There you go. Now, hopefully, Derek Carr don't screw this up, okay?
No, it was just cover, remember? Just cover now. That's what it is.
No,
just cover,
just cover, yeah.
The new one.
So hopefully Derek will have his mind right and don't fuck this up for us because we're doing good. So we don't need any scandals or anything. We're fine.
And I think Nevada, can you still ride a motorcycle in Nevada without a helmet on? I think they don't have a helmet law, right?
Yeah, I don't think you can.
He's going to be the new Ben Roethlisberger.
No.
He's going to get a motorcycle accident without a helmet on. He's going to get...
he's not going to rape anybody. He's a good Christian man, okay?
He's going to get... Well, he's not going to rape him. He's going to be paying for it in these brothels.
Well, you're on the strip. You're only going 10 miles an hour. I mean, how bad are you going to get hurt?
Well, you don't take the strip. You take Caval, or you take Industrial, or you take what's the other east, north, south? That's just off the
Russell.
Russell.
Been there before.
Thought her name was Russell. So yeah, that'll be another good reason to
go to Vegas.
And
I'll go when they're away.
I'm gonna look at the schedule and see when they're there. I'm gonna go on the off weekends.
I want to see their crime rate versus home games versus away games.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. But I'm happy for him. Close to us. I feel bad for Oakland fans, but be loyal, support the team no matter what.
Oakland's lost that team twice now.
Yep.
Jeez.
And I heard they might sue them too. Oakland might sue the Raiders. I guess it could be a joke. So.
Oakland's going to shoot the Raiders?
Sue them for money.
Oh, sue them.
Yeah, get lawsuits. Yeah, I was like, why would you do that? That's dumb.
You're going to sue the city for not building them a better stadium.
Yeah.
Or how about suing them for the last, 15 years for not playing well?
Well, you know what? Things take time, okay?
Okay.
It's like the Kings not the playoffs this year. Ducks are.
Yep. Yeah, the hockey playoff starts Wednesday.
Yeah.
Kings aren't in it. Red Wings aren't in it. There's another team here in Southern California that did make it. San Jose made it. A lot of teams made it. Ducks are going to play Calgary.
That's Philadelphia.
No, Philadelphia's in the East, dude.
Oh yeah,
They're playing Calgary Flames.
It's gonna be a good matchup.
And the Oilers play San Jose, and I forgot who Chicago's playing. I kind of stopped looking.
Anybody but Chicago.
All right, and I say anybody but the Ducks. So,
well, salute to Bob Miller. He made his last call on this weekend of the games. That went pretty good. The Kings won their last home game with Bob Miller.
Yep.
So that was a good way to go out.
Yeah.
I enjoyed that call. That was that's pretty cool.
That's an iconic guy right there.
Yeah,
so.
and Red Wings, San Jose Stadium, they won their last game too. There too.
Joe Louis Arena.
Oh yeah,
Did you say San Jose?
Yeah, I'm out of it right now. Okay.
Oh yeah. It's Pomona weekend for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, Joe Louis Arena was the last Red Wing home game. They ended up winning that home game, which is good because they barely won any games at all this year.
Yeah.
So next year they have a new stadium they're moving into, and Detroit's it's kind of funny. Like the city itself is doing poorly, but they the Ford Field's been there a while now, but it's still that's a nice area around there. The baseball stadium's right next to Ford Field. I believe the new hockey stadium's going to be in the same area up there.
Yep.
There's a lot of cool restaurants in that area. There's a lot of cool stuff right around up in that part of Detroit. And then the downtown part's kind of changing too a little bit. There's some casinos and things like that they've built in there. But it's there's little pockets of Detroit that are kind of really cool right now. But you can literally drive about 3 blocks and you're in burnt out buildings still.
Yeah.
And you drive another 7 miles or out to 8 Mile, and that's all. Like there's just sections you can literally drive, and how that they call them like 7 mile, 8 mile.
Yeah.
So you go from the city and these loop. It's like a loop. Like 8 miles, like a loop. So they have these from downtown. You have like 3 mile, 5 mile, 7 mile, 8 mile, and that's supposed to be 8 miles from downtown or whatever. Like that. But it's they're kind of like a loop or like semicircle kind of around the city. How their streets work. They're not like in a grid. Like everything out here is like north, south, east, west running streets, and you have, and like New York's the same way. So you have like lettered streets going one way and numbered streets going the other. So you have this massive grid system. So there, it's like this looping. Everything's kind of circular. So,
oh wow,
but. You can literally just drive down the freeway or drive down a street and be like, oh, nice neighborhood. This is nice. There's like little restaurants and stuff like that. This block is really cool. And you go 2 blocks away and like the whole corner's burnt out and like it's a old liquor store that used to be there is still kind of like running, and there's like a tattoo parlor and a pawn shop, and then it's the building across the street, like an apartment building. It's all burnt out, or like half of it's burnt out. The other half people still living in it, and then empty lot. Like maybe a few houses on it, but like it's weird. And then you go another few miles, and it's like, oh, this is like a nice little neighborhood again. So it's weird, man. So we need to make Detroit great again.
Yeah,
need to boom like Vegas. I get my Maxim magazine in the mail once a month, and I was reading an article in Vegas, and Vegas is just booming.
Oh yeah,
it is just
it's
booming.
getting spread out so much. Like I remember, and kind of the. My dad telling stories about when he would go to Vegas as a kid. So my dad was born in 1947. So like in the mid to late 1950s, when he was like 10 years old and 13 years old and stuff like that, he would go to Vegas with his parents, and there was no like circus or nothing then. This was just old Vegas. And they would stand when you would park in front of the casinos, and the casino and the hotel was there. And my dad remembers literally he'd walk out like the back of the hotel, like the back of the casino. It was literally desert behind like Sahara.
Yeah.
You'd walk out the back and you were in desert, and for miles around was just desert.
Wow.
So like going towards like Henderson or whatever it'd be now, and all that kind of stuff, or North Las Vegas and Summerlin, all that didn't exist. It was just desert.
Jeez.
So now you can drive for miles through there in any direction, almost in its city, and new, better kind of resort style hotels and casinos and things like that. So.
All those shortcuts we used to take when we were in our early 20s, living out there, cut down industrial and a lot of streets. Yeah. They're all built up now.
Oh yeah,
the shortcuts are all gone now. Yep. But it all
there's
still
still some streets, but it's not.
Yeah.
And summertime's coming up. Good place to go now.
Springtime's great out there. Summertime's a little too hot.
Yeah.
Yeah, but good pool parties and everything.
But yeah, I mean, you can like see cars like driving into like a like pavement, like parking lot, and the road like sticky.
Oh, yeah.
You can see the pavement like real tacky like that. You're like, oh, this is way too hot.
See it's making an egg on it.
You can see all the heat off the concrete and everything. It's like it's too. It's just too hot, dude.
Yeah, I like going fall or spring. It's good.
Yeah. But the Vegas, and I just saw an article recently about Vegas is trying to change back to being more casino based, and like all these clubs and day clubs and stuff kind of took over, and all these big DJs took over for a long time. But none of those kids, all these 20-something-year-old kids that are going out there into these raves and big parties and club scenes and stuff like that, they're not like the bottle service is great, but not everybody. They're not making the money on it.
Yeah.
So they want to go back to that. Like the casino based, like we need that gambling money.
Yeah,
like the clubs are cool, but you guys, these kids are going in there and they're just they're drinking, paying $1,200 for a bottle of like whatever
Silvac.
Yeah, whatever it happens to be, but it's not that's not paying the bills in Vegas.
Yeah.
So
the quick service is what they need to get back to. Not waiting forever for you're at a club or something. You just get off the dance floor. You're sweating to death. You want a beer right now. You want a bottled water right now or something. You want to wait half hour for a drink.
Yeah, because I went to this exclusive club thing where you have to wait in line and this and that. You got to get a VIP pass and you can pay for one. And then, but then everybody has a club, so it's like, well, I don't need to be a VIP here. I'm just going to go to that club over there. So they made it this exclusive thing, which I understand, but at the same time, for guys that are my age, that are the late 30s, 40s, into your 50s, who actually have a little bit of disposable income, maybe, and they're the ones that are going out and spend a little bit of money. Like, we don't want to sit and like I don't want to go sit and listen to that kind of music for hours in the club till 4 or 5 in the morning. Yeah, the more lounge kind of act, like live music, like something like that. But then I want to gamble a little bit too, and so make my gambling more friendly. Give me a little more perks with my gambling bonus points instead of being like, oh, well, here you can go to the club. Well, I don't want to go to the club. So there was an article about that I was reading about that Vegas kind of wants to change back to like the adult playground it used to be. Remember when it went kid friendly for a while, and then that didn't last. And then it kind of went back to adult playground where what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. But then the whole club thing came out of that.
You want to get perks in your room because you're going to spend more elsewhere if you get perks, with eating in the room and stuff.
Because how many like girls and guys we know that are in there like 21 to 25 or 26 that go to Vegas, they book one room somewhere. There's 8 people staying in a room. None of them gamble. None of them, all they do is go to a club. They go to a day club and hang out by the pool side and drink during the day. The girls, and then they go. Maybe they'll go to dinner, but they're not going to a nice place to dinner. They're going because they're not spending any money. They're all 21, 22-year-old girls aren't spending money. Trust me, they're having drinks bought for them. And the clubs don't want to do it too because they'll bring those girls aren't paying to get the clubs, and they get free drinks for 2 hours when they first start.
Get in free and everything,
all that kind of stuff, and that's fine. I understand that. I mean, that's economics. That's sex sells. If girls are there, guys are going to show up. But the guys that are showing up, they're also not spending that kind of money right now. So it's kind of kind of bit them in the ass there, like a little too big, too quick. But Vegas is fluid; they'll change it and they'll do it something different. And so all it takes is one casino to do something different, and if it kicks off and works, then everybody copies that for a while, and that's the new trend.
That's why I miss Studio 54. It was accessible, affordable, and you had for say $100, you had a kick-ass night. It was awesome. You meet somebody, you go out to eat afterwards or something like that, and it was cool.
Yeah, but $100 in the late '80s, early '90s is equivalent to what $400 now. I mean, they're $500 or something like that. So
now they brought in all these big time DJs. They got to pay them.
Oh yeah,
and that's where all these outrageous prices come from.
Those DJs are making millions of dollars a year. I mean, like Steve Aoki, all those guys they're making like $30-40 million a year on just playing pre-recorded music. Really? All right. But
can't knock the hustle though. It's money. Money's money.
True. Anyway, UFC 210. We talked about that. I'm the only one that saw it. You guys didn't see it, but you know what happened. And I think you told me on Saturday when you go, oh, it happened exactly how you said. I said it's going to go down the same way as the last one, and that's basically what happened. Is Daniel Cormier out wrestled him, and for some reason, Anthony Johnson actually he landed a couple punches, but then he tried to wrestle with Daniel Cormier. But I think what happened was Daniel Cormier threw a big overhand right, and he cracked Anthony Johnson in the fight too. People forget that they think Anthony Johnson is just a wrestler. Anthony Johnson has a lot of power in his hands. He used to fight heavyweight. That guy can throw a punch. So he cracked Anthony Johnson. I think Anthony Johnson went, "Oh, wait a minute! He just threw a punch that landed. No. I don't want to get hit with one of them. I'm gonna try to wrestle him.
Yeah,
but you can't out wrestle him. He took him down once, and Anthony Johnson did take Daniel Cormier down, and Daniel Cormier popped right back up. And he out wrestled him. Second round starts, out wrestled him, got him to the ground, flattened him out, got on his back, put his arms in, and what he did was he was trying to get his left arm in for the rear naked choke. But he was fighting it. Anthony Johnson kept keeping his chin down. So Daniel Cormier went over the top of his head with his right arm, grabbed his chin, and literally lifted his head up, slid his left arm underneath his chin, let his hand drop, so his basically hand dropped right over his arm, and then took his right arm, put it in, and put the choke in right away. It was so technical and funny. He literally just grabbed his head back and went, "Oh, you don't want me to move your head? All right, how about this?" And just pulled his head back for him and slid that arm right over. It looked vicious, man. It was so technical, but it was so brutal. It was brutal technical at the same time. It was beautiful. He just, the way he reached over, pulls his head back, slides that arm underneath there, and then puts his other hand on his hand and just starts cranking. And immediately, as soon as he goes belly down, Anthony Johnson with his left hand is tap 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 on the floor immediately. And then Anthony Johnson retired after that fight.
Okay,
Oh wow.
Yeah.
So John Jones was in the audience. He said, "Hey, I wish it would have happened. It never did." But he said he's going to retire. He's got something he's got to do. He didn't say what it was, but he said it's not in the fight game at all. It's not opening a gym. It's not doing that. It's not coaching. So he said he's going to retire and do something. So whatever it is, more power to him. I always loved watching that guy fight. And Daniel Cormier still gets no love. I mean, the crowd boos that guy for some reason. He talks a lot of shit. But, I like the guy. As a fighter, I like the guy. As an announcer, I like the guy. And also, I think it was Dominic Cruz that was doing the announcing with Joe Rogan. And Dominic Cruz is, I don't know, he's like a wizard, dude, because I think he literally sees in the future.
Right.
Because as he calls fights, he is literally going, all right, now what this fighter is going to do here is move his left arm and put it here, and move his heel right to this position, and literally right as he says it, 2 seconds later, that's what the guy does.
Wow.
And he just knows every little aspect of the game. He makes a great announcer.
That's awesome.
But like I said before, he's a great announcer, and for me, it's great because I love listening to him. I love MMA, and he's knows what he's talking about it, but he talks, I can see for a new fan, he would talk over their head, they have no idea what they're talking about. Where Joe Rogan's still there, and he kind of Joe Rogan knows that he has to talk to the common denominator, because every new fan, you have to explain the game to every new fan.
Yeah.
It's hard for announcers to do that. I remember Eric Karras when he would come in and they'd have him in the booth doing Dodger games, and he just talked baseball knowledge crazy, this position, you're moving this person here, you're watching this is why you're throwing this pitch, this is why, he got real into this technical stuff, and it was all a little too technical for people, to where a Vince Scully or somebody like that just tells stories and tells you and teaches you about the game at the same time, because you always have new fans. For somebody who's been a fan for 30 years, you're like, oh, I want more information. But at the same time, you have to realize there's brand new fans that are just watching this for the first time, and they need to know the basics. So there's a fine line that announcers need to do on that. But
we'll continue on to sports.
I got one more UFC story in this.
Okay.
So the co-main event had a huge controversy. The Weidman was winning the first round. He was out wrestling. I think his name's Mousasi. I forget his name. So he was winning the first round with wrestling. Mousasi came out in the second round and was striking him. He grabbed Weidman, had both of his arms around him. Weidman was trying to put his fingertips down on the ground, so he's a grounded opponent, all forehands now, because it's a new rule. And Mousasi kneed him in the head, and then he was trying to reach down again. And as he had all four, it was legally down. But Mousasi, as he lifted him up to throw the knee, his hands came off the mat, and he kneed him in the head. The ref comes in and stops it, says, and it's a legal hit. And gives Weidman 5 minutes. They bring the doctors in to check Weidman out during this 5 minutes, because what the ref thought was an illegal hit.
Right.
Well, New York, they were fighting in Buffalo, so New York does not have replay.
Oh.
So they couldn't go to the replay to find if it's a legal hit or not. But what they did do is that referee went outside, talked to the other referees and judges or somebody outside, and they basically said, no, it was a legal hit. His hands were off the mat. When he got kneed, his hands were off the mat. So the ref comes back and says it was a legal hit. And then the doctors are still there looking at him. He's still like 3 minutes and something left on the time because they gave him 5 minutes. He still has 3 minutes left. But if it's a legal hit, you shouldn't bring the doctors in and you don't give him 5 minutes. So what he should have done was then start the fight over in the position they were in at that moment and be like, move the doctors out, say, are you ready to fight? Are you ready to fight? And we're going to put you in this position and start over. He didn't do that. He then called it a TKO because the doctors are like, no, he shouldn't fight.
Wow.
So they called it a TKO, but it shouldn't even be a TKO because a TKO is when a referee stops it because it's a technical knockout. It's the fighter wasn't defending himself or the something like that. The referee saw that fighter was going out or he wasn't defending himself. The fighter was in danger, so the referee stops it. Versus a knockout where somebody's clearly out is a knockout. So technical knockout's a referee saying, no, you were technically knocked out. You were not aware or control of what you were doing anymore, so you're out. A doctor's stoppage is what it should have been called, but it shouldn't even be called that because once it's a legal hit, the doctor shouldn't have been there anyways. So it's a huge controversy, and I haven't read any more about it yet.
Oh wow!
But I guarantee Weidman says he wants a rematch. Masasi said, I'll give him the rematch. But to Dana White, he's like, I don't know if this is really a fight that people want to see. That fight kind of got thrown together anyways, just to have Weidman, who's from New York, on the card to kind of boost the local numbers. But because I think he's from Long Island or something like that. But man, it was like it was just really weird for a few minutes there. You're like, wait, and then he calls it TKO. Wait, how's it a TKO? If you thought it was an illegal hit, it's a referee mistake. It's not a TKO. He was never out. He never fell back and was like dazed and stuff like that. Once you gave him a legal hit, once you said it was an illegal hit, he took the time. Which any smart fighter would do. You give me time, I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna take time. I'm gonna rest. This is literally middle of a 3-round fight. It was 2 minutes and something into the second round. Take your time, rest, recover a little bit, and you can't go to your corner or anything. But I don't know. So and then the doctors come in. They had him standing. They were checking his balance. They were checking his eyes. And the doctor's like, no. And Weidman's going, no, I can fight. If it's a legal hit, you shouldn't be here anyways. So it's kind of a weird. It's a weird thing. So I was a little, I was upset that went down that way.
Wow.
And this is why, and I've never gotten a clear answer, and I hope somebody can answer this for me. Why does the UFC have to go through these state athletic commissions, these boxing commissions, athletic commissions, for their referees and judges? Why can't they, like every other major sport, like baseball, football, everybody has their own referees? Why is that?
They need their own governing body when it comes to that. I guess they don't have that.
Yeah, but how easy is that to do?
I mean, in boxing, WBC has their own refs, and WBA has their own refs. They need to develop something like that.
They do, but they don't. They go through like Nevada Athletic Commission, California Athletic Commission to get sanctioned in that state, and they use their employees. Those are Nevada. They're. I don't think they're WBC employees. I think they're Nevada Athletic Commission or New York or whoever they're boxing at.
I've seen that WBC thing on the refs.
Yeah, they might have that, but I think they're still. I think they're still through the athletic commissions.
Or they have to get a license to be a ref.
Yeah, they have to get a license through them to be a ref or something like that. So
they need something.
Every major sport: hockey, football, basketball, even soccer, baseball, golf. Well, golf is self-imposed supposedly, but they still have officials that are PGA officials. They're not like you don't have some guy from the state who is a bureaucrat and he's a state employee, and that's how these things are. Like the athletic commissions in New York, that has to, or California and here, that goes to our state senate and things like that, our state government, and they vote on what is legal in the ring and it isn't legal in the ring. That's some crazy people that don't even know the sport are literally deciding what these rules are. If you're your own organization, you can create your own referees, officials, union kind of thing in a way.
I think it's because you have to go through that body to get the event sanctioned and everything. So they just run everything through that. That's what I'm thinking. So
how does basketball play at a stadium or hockey play in a stadium? Where, there's a hockey fight. They have their own referees there to break it up. It's not like they're scoring it or anything, but still, they're judging the game. A baseball stadium, you go in there, that stadium is, you're just renting the venue. Yeah. Like, for renting a venue, it doesn't make sense that you have to go through the state, unless it's a state venue.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's but these arenas in Vegas that they fight at are arenas that's owned by an individual or a corporation. That's not owned by the state.
Yeah.
Now, I think it might have to do with just the good old boys network of gaming and licensing and betting and things like that. And I think that's why a lot of boxing and stuff was considered rigged for a long time, too, because you were going through these governments, and these government officials were like, oh, yeah, you know, we'll throw this ref in this one and that ref in this one, and because he'll judge it that way. And then we, like, so that's some weird, I don't know why they don't just hire their own, train them the way they want, because a lot of these, like New York State has only been licensed for not even a year to have MMA now. Okay. They just got it cleared. In December was the first fight in New York. That's the big Madison Square Garden one. They've had 3 fights in New York now, and each one has had a little bit of controversy. But all those commissions and stuff like that, all those refs and everything before, they were all boxing refs. Nice. So, or old school like wrestling and things like that. They don't know MMA rules. They don't know the ground game. They don't know that you can score on defense. You can be backing up in an MMA fight and score points. You can score points defensively as well as offensively. So there's a weird dynamic there that they're not familiar with. They're just known as strict boxing referees and judges, to where how are they really judging? They're judging it on boxing rules. They're judging on a wrestling rule, like, oh, it's a point for a takedown, that's a point for escape, that's a point for that hold, that's a point for this hold, for that maneuver. No, it's a totally different game. You sometimes in the MMA, you actually want somebody, like I've seen guys where you draw them in and you want to be on your back on the ground. Yeah. If you're a great Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu guy, sometimes you want to be on your back on the ground with a guy on top of you, because you can throw your legs up, you got a rubber guard, you throw your arms up, you catch that arm, you catch that headlock, you catch triangles, body lock, you can catch these things, or you get them there and you can grab a heel and you spin into a heel hook real quick with it. There's a lot of things that you can do offense from your back, and judges, I think, are judging it. If you're on your back, you're in a bad spot, and that's not always true.
Yeah, they need their own body. Like when I watch a fight and I see the ref, Herb Dean. Yeah. Obviously, he understands the sport. He understands the sport, and he knows what he's doing. So, we need more refs like that.
Yeah. There are a lot of refs that do know the sport. Herb Dean, Mazzagatti, well, not him so much, but what's the Big John McCarthy? Obviously, knows the game's been doing it for so long. Yeah. Those guys could basically, you hire those guys. You take those 3 or 4 or 5 guys and girls, and be like, this is our judge. These are our refs, and then you train the judges as well. Yeah. You have, it's always 3 judges, so you have a list of 12 judges you guys hire, and 9 referees, and they are your own. That's the only employees you need right there. You can just do it with that amount of employees. You have 12 judges, 9 referees. That's who does your judging. They're picked at random for each fight. They're picked. You know, it's you're just moving in and out, and they're the ones that you train them how you want your fights to go. The UFC says this is how you do this. Like MLB baseball says, this is what the strike zone is going to be this year. Yeah. We want you to call more. Like, we want you to be paying more attention to this and more attention to that. And and football does the same thing. Watch the incidental contact. Watch the hands to the head more now. Yeah. Watch this.
They have a training camp for
they
football.
Do. Yeah. Exactly. Oh, yeah. They have big training. Those guys, they go through minor leagues. They go through college games. They go through all these things. I know a guy that probably in another couple of years will be a pro referee in the NFL.
Oh, nice.
So, and he does call. I don't think he's Pac-12. I think he does like Big Ten games or something right now. But I mean, that guy's been working on it for 12 years already, and still not as an NFL ref. So I just don't know. It's just a weird thing to me, and I've always asked that question. I've never gotten an answer from him.
Yeah, they need to have their own governing body, because I mean, I used to watch a lot of boxing. I still do once in a while, and you hear like a fight's in Vegas, and they here's the 3 judges, and they're all from Nevada. Yeah, someone's from Nevada, this and that. So they need something.
And those same judges are judging the UFC fights now in Nevada.
Yeah, Jesus. See, it's rigged.
You're going from boxing and trying to judge fight. That's a whole different thing. Yeah, that's hard. That's really hard.
It's a weird. You
need to know the sport.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying they can't use those judges. Just
you sit those
judges down. And this is what MMA is. This is you can do this defensively. This is we want this scored equally this way as this is scored equally this way. And sometimes it's not. So I think, and Dana White always says, never leave it in the hands of the judges. And I agree with that, because you never know what's going to happen. There's some weird shit that goes on, especially when all these people are involved. These commissions, these people are government employees, And we all know that government doesn't run the best. The government sucks at running programs.
Yeah.
So
I can see paying them a fee to get to the event station and stuff like that. That's fine, but they need to have their own. Have their own refs and whatnot.
Yeah.
And judges.
And maybe it is just a gambling thing because people are betting on this. Or, I don't know, but people bet on baseball and all those other sports too. So I don't know.
People bet on everything.
Yeah, people bet on everything.
So
if MLB baseball can have their own umpires, then why can't the UFC have its own refs and judges?
Yeah. Just email them. Email them away. You should.
I've sent Twitter messages and stuff like that all the time. I've asked this question to many people, and I've never gotten a straight answer.
It's something that involves money because that's what's holding it back.
Right.
Really?
Something I can think of.
And then
follow the dollar, huh? Is that what, we haven't said that in a while on the podcast.
Follow the dollar. Speaking of sports, still, LeVar Ball ran his mouth again. LeVar Ball.
Speaking of sports, Joe. You said
no.
Though.
I'm gonna roll back that tape. I think you just called me Joe.
Speaking of sports, still. Okay. Anyways,
LeVar Ball. Yes.
Yes, he said something that's pretty racist right now.
Knucklehead.
Do you think it'll affect his draft? His son being draft top 3?
No, but if I was playing,
well, first he said they blame the white guys not winning in NCAA.
Well, what he just did is put a target on his kid's back.
Yeah.
If I was playing against one of his kids, and it's nothing personal, it's just business, like I always say. He comes in the key for a layup, he'll be on the free throw line. Okay. He's not getting a layup. He's going to be getting up off the floor. He's going to get hit, and that's what's going to happen.
All right.
I know coaches that would tell players they'll put when they're not good players in and said, "I'll pay the fine. Take them down." It's just that's just the way it is.
So what you're talking about, what you brought up, was the comment about why UCLA lost.
Yes.
Which is the you guys don't want to say it? You want me to say it? Because I'm the white guy. I have to say it?
Yeah, why not?
That he basically said that they lost because his son wasn't playing at 100%, and that the 3 other white guys on the team are slow. They don't have foot speed like black athletes.
Right.
So does that mean that his son runs at 50% speed then?
See?
Because he's mixed?
Yeah.
Like,
well, the funny thing is, the guy that his son was guarding got 39 points.
Right.
The kid Fox from
well, that's because Lonzo Ball was only 80% that night.
Yeah.
But does that 80% him? Does that mean he really is? His 100% is only 90% because he's half black.
It's March Madness. If you're breathing, you're playing. So that's this. You got to go out there and do what you got to do.
Just don't. But is it a racist statement?
No. Yes. Yeah, it is.
It's stupid.
We're clipping on that. All right. Yeah. Is it a racist statement?
Yes, it is.
One at a time.
Yes, it is.
Yes.
Because you cannot categorize like one race because of something.
Well, I'll tell you this. When I've seen white people get fired for making similar statements.
Yeah.
Lose jobs and everything, and so you can't have it. You can't have it one way because you got to be even-handed on that.
Yep. And let's just say he wants to get drafted by the Lakers. Luke Walton's white, and Jeannie Buss is white. So for him to make a stupid statement like that, that's killing yourself, killing a brand, killing a draft pick, maybe costing you millions.
Imagine if the owner of the Clippers made a statement that was against black people.
Yeah.
He did.
It did happen. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
So imagine if another player's father. Okay, so who's a popular white player?
Dirk Nowitzki.
There you go. Dirk Nowitzki's dad said that the reason that who's he play for? The Suns? Mavericks. The reason that the Mavericks didn't win championships is because all the other black players are too slow. Yeah. They're ignorant about learning the playbook. Right. How about that? They don't read as well, so that's why they couldn't read the playbook to know what was going on. Right. If you just put it in some other terms, he would totally be ostracized for that.
Yeah.
Totally ostracized. Probably lose his job. Yeah. Dirk Nowitzki would lose sponsorships, all kind of stuff. Yeah. But this guy can come out and say that these white guys are slow because they're white and don't have the foot speed. And then, this just came in an hour ago, and I'm reading on NBA.com right now. LeVar Ball, who cares about LeBron James? I don't care about LeBron. The father of Lonzo Ball also reiterated that he could beat Michael Jordan one-on-one.
Oh, God. Wow.
Who cares about LeBron? And I could beat Michael Jordan.
The guy
one-on-one.
averaged 2.2 points a game, and there's a video of him on Chino High, and he didn't do really good. He sucked at basketball. So and he's living famous to his son. That's all he's doing.
Yep,
that's all he's doing. And I should be a LeVar Ball fan too, but then after he said last week, kind of fell off the wagon.
He's just getting in his own way. I mean, you just there comes a time where you just gotta just peel back and shut up.
And didn't his house get broken into? Like, don't you learn your lessons from that?
He says, no regrets, Ball said. Whatever I say, I never regret it because I think about it before I say it.
Oh, we didn't think harder then.
Then he says, here's the thing, Ball said. I say exactly what I feel. If it gets a rise out of him, fine. If I don't, then fine. It's just me. It's my opinion. I'll leave it at that, end quote. Then he says, I don't think I can beat him. He's talking about Jordan now. I know I can beat him one-on-one. I was 270 pounds back then, jumping out of the gym, benching 500. He's too small. If the game was played one-on-one, I'd be the champion of the world. I just told you all that.
Wow.
He's the best player ever.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
This is a guy who we never heard of until his son won a championship here in Chino Hills.
Yep.
We never heard of this guy before at all, and now he's the best player in the world. We have to take him at his word, right?
We have to.
Who cares about LeBron? Ball said, I don't care about LeBron. Wow, you gotta love it, man. He's the Donald Trump of
the NBA.
I'm
the NBA.
See, LeBron has 3 rings. LeVar has none. Okay, moving on.
Yeah.
LeBron's been to the last 6
Yeah.
NBA championships
in
a row.
Whoa, that's just insane. I still can't get over that.
Didn't even go to college. Came directly from high school.
A $90 million $2 contract out of high school.
Yeah.
And what is Lonzo had a big baller brand that no one buys.
I mean, and back to his statement real quick. You got 2 more kids going to UCLA.
Yeah.
That's the way to go. That I mean,
Yeah.
that's just. I mean, that's just ignorant. It's ignorant. That's just. I don't like it.
I was a huge defender of this guy all the time.
Yeah,
we talked about him before. I said,
Yeah.
he's just a dad. He's spouting off as a dad does about his kids. He's going to say his kid's the greatest. I don't have a problem with it. You see parents do this all the time. But now it's like, dude, you just went a little too far, man.
Yeah.
Don't say you're better than Michael Jordan.
Right.
Michael Jordan is Kobe may be better than Michael Jordan.
No.
Second, not better.
LeBron may be better than Michael Jordan.
No.
But here's the thing: he might be. He might win. LeBron. How many championships did Michael Jordan win? 6.
6 for 6. Never lost in the championship.
So, but what if LeBron goes and wins another 4 right now? He has 7 and went. Maybe he goes to what'd that be? He's been to 6. Say he goes to. What if he goes to 10 in a row and wins 7 of them? What if he goes to 11 in a row and wins 7 of them?
But the thing is,
his numbers are going to be up there.
Okay, well, look at Robert Ory. He has about 11 rings. And
Robert Ory has 7.
7 rings.
7
okay.
rings.
But Russell has 11.
No, there you go.
Yeah. So
are they better than Michael Jordan? Because they have better rings?
yeah, it was a different. I mean, the game was played a different way back then too. How do you compare the style of the game that's playing?
Michael Jordan would be better nowadays because it's offensive friendly. The rules are offensive friendly.
Yeah.
If you did the things that the Detroit Pistons did and the Boston Celtics did back in the day, half your team would be kicked out of the league. Yeah. You can't hit guys.
What about the Pistons?
Nowadays.
How about the Bad Boys? Detroit
That's
Pistons?
what I mean. That's what I mean. Yeah, Jordan played against in that era.
Yeah.
So when you can hit guys and stuff like that, you get a technical and that's it. Now you hit somebody like that, you get kicked out for a month.
The Spider-Man guy they called it.
Sally,
yeah.
John Sally.
Yeah.
Dude, playing against that guy, that guy was a rough player, man. And them short shorts.
Yeah. Sally, Mahorn, Lambier.
Those guys were rough. That was a rough game back then.
They had the Jordan rules. They had a separate way of playing against Jordan.
Yeah.
That was a rough game.
Now, was Jordan just that good against those guys, and was able to handle the rough game? Or was he really just that good? Like Wayne Gretzky, the hockey game was crazy, like physical, and that guy could skate around anybody. It didn't matter. He could just outskate and outmaneuver people.
Well, Jordan is a master of preparation, just like Kobe.
Oh, yeah.
That's where they're equal. The first time he had to play against Detroit, he got banged around pretty good. So in the offseason, he bulked up 15 pounds.
Yeah.
To take the abuse, to absorb the hits, and that's when he got by him finally.
Well, yeah, and the key is preparation. I mean, that's a huge thing. You talking about the best pitcher in the world right now, Clayton Kershaw. When you see that like backstage Dodger things on that guy and see him and how he works with his pitching coaches and how he works with the catchers and how they totally look at the like every aspect of the team they're going to play against. Oh, it's crazy. Totally crazy how the preparation that goes into that and the knowledge they have and the books they have on all these guys now.
Peyton Manning on the quarterback.
Peyton Manning. The way he calls off plays and stuff like that, and the Omahas and this and that. He's doing it because he's totally reading that defense. He sees what's happening out in front of him before it happens because he studied film and studied it before. And
it's like Tom Brady too. Same thing.
How much preparation has LeVar Ball put into the game?
I mean, I'll give him props for he raised 3 good kids. They're of all accounts I hear they're good kids.
Yeah, I mean,
and I applaud him for that. But it's just you're running your mouth. He's running his mouth way too much to just. He's causing damage to his kids. He's gonna make him a target. Every player is like, okay, we're playing this guy tonight. I'm gonna go hard.
Yep.
I'm gonna go a little harder.
Now, they think he'll go to the Lakers, or what team he think he'll end up with? Because the Lakers screwed up by winning those games last couple of games.
Who knows? Well, I'm glad to see them win because just personally. When I heard the word tanking, it pisses me off.
Yeah, same here.
I didn't, whether it's high school, college, pro, whatever, I didn't practice and train and do all that stuff to try and lose.
No.
That takes no skill. So you're going to tell me not to try. I mean, if you're going to go to your job, you're going to get paid for it. You gotta work.
And for the fans too. Let's say they spend like $400 on a ticket, and they get to see them lose on purpose. That's not fair for the fans.
Yeah, I don't think you ever. Do you ever really lose on purpose though? Is that a thing? You think?
76ers did it for like 3 years.
Trying to get trying to get those draft picks.
Yeah.
And in the end, I mean, one player is not going to make them. I mean, it's not necessarily the best player. It's a certain player that's going to fit in with what the team's doing, with what Luke Walton's trying to do. It's not necessarily that it might not be the number 1 draft pick. It might be the number 10 draft pick. Wow. You just never know.
Yeah, I agree, but I don't know. I don't know about losing on purpose. I think you always try to win, but I mean, I guess if it's
championship or bust.
Yeah, I mean the reason you play the games is to win a championship. Yeah. So,
I'll quote the great Herm Edwards: "You play to win the game."
Yeah, exactly.
And that's I mean, whatever your job is, you do it the best you can.
Yeah.
Anyway, so we're running down here. What else we got coming up, Brandon?
Let's see. Like I said last week, Coachella Week's in Pomona. It's all this month now, starting, so it should be packed. We got a couple of shows. Poison's playing with Def Leppard at the Citizens Bank. That should be pretty cool. That's about it for music.
Is that all the original members?
Poison? That I don't know.
Oh yeah, I just saw something about that concert. I think I posted something on Facebook about it. Events or something like that I was interested in.
But a good time. Oh, so Easter Sunday. You guys, what are you doing
this is Easter Sunday, huh?
Yeah. I got a very controversial T-shirt yesterday too. It's a band called Cradle of Filth. The lead singer is a dick, by the way. But the T-shirt, it's in a museum actually in one of those, I think it's foreign countries, because it's so offensive. It has a picture of a nun masturbating to herself, and then on the back of the Jesus a cunt. And it's like, wow, Easter Sunday gonna be wearing that shit. See what happens.
I wonder if that's in the Louvre.
Yeah, it sounds like a really cool piece of artwork you got there, dude.
Hey, it's in a museum, so if it's in a museum, it's hard. It's cool to get.
No, I would say if it's in a museum, it's not cool to get. Actually,
it's historical.
I've seen better street art than I've seen in museums.
Well, historical stuff. I thought it was cool.
Yeah, so we have spring's coming up. Obviously, there's some cool things coming up. Big Bad Voodoo Daddy's in concert coming up.
Okay.
Do you remember who they are?
I don't.
I've heard of them. Yeah.
They did there are a lot of songs on that. They're like a. I can't even think of it now. Never mind. I'm gonna.
Kind of like
what the hell's the name of the movie?
Kind of like a Brian Setzer, like
yeah, they're like like a big band kind of thing. They did what's the name of that movie with the Swingers?
Okay.
The movie Swingers
with
John Favreau and all that. They did a lot of music for that.
Okay.
Too. So man, it took me forever to remember that. Coming up is also the Lemon Festival in Upland. It's actually really fun to go to.
I've been to that.
We got what else is coming up? There's a Rockabilly Fest coming up at Pitzer College. That'll be cool. Car show, rockabilly, motorcycles, music, all that kind of stuff. Here in Chino, the Planes of Fame air show is coming, which is always cool. We got all those World War II planes flying around and stuff. That's coming up in the first weekend of May. Maybe it's the second weekend of May.
I saw something about it on the news, and they were some group was trying to stop it or something.
They tried to stop it for noise violations in the neighborhood. And all it is, it's funny, is a lot of them are that preserve that's all newly built.
Yeah.
And they knew when they bought their homes, it was disclosed to them, there is an airport here, and it makes noise. You're buying an airport literally 100 yards away from an airport. You might have noise. And now they're complaining about the noise.
That's your fault.
So that's what it basically is. That's what it comes down to there. Which is, whatever. So, is this the one you're talking about? The Rainbow Bar one? Oh, no. So the Rainbow Room in Hollywood having a 45th anniversary party in the parking lot Sunday, April 23rd. Quiet Riot, Black and Blue, Jet Boy, Westfield Massacre.
That's a good band,
and
by
the
the way.
Street Walking Cheetahs. But it's going to be like a big parking lot party like they did when they first opened. They used to have all these concerts and stuff in the parking lot and stuff. So they're doing a 45th anniversary thing there. So Quiet Riot is going to be there, which is cool. Come on, feel the noise, guys.
Yeah.
So we're running out of time here. Once again, I'd like to thank Havoc Pools.
Yes.
For all your pool needs, whether it's pump cleaning, cleaning pool service, replastering, whatever. Don't look at my pool when I'm talking about this because I do my pool and that's why it looks like crap. Havoc Pools. I need to have Havoc Pools come in and do my pool. But yeah, they're sponsoring us right now, so I gotta say, shout out to them and give them a call. They're based here in Corona, so in the Empire area, down in Orange County. I'm sure they'll travel to wherever you need them to. But for any of your pool cleaning and service needs, contact Havoc Pools. Once again, we got
Ellis over here.
We got Ellis.
What's up?
All right. I'm Brandon.
And I'm John, and thanks for listening to the Hardheaeded Productions podcast, episode 11. And we got a big 420 episode coming up next week. For all you pot smokers out there, which is not me, so we're going to have an interesting talk about that. I think we're going to talk about weed for a good portion of that show. And that's about it, man. Thanks.
We're out.
Have a good one.